today I am making the most perfect summer pie.
Love that.
A strawberry, peach, and apricot crumble pie, and I'm using a Swedish recipe for the crumbles, and I can't wait to share it with you right now. It's super easy and it's absolutely delicious, and you'll want to make it all summer long. Before we continue, I would love it if you'd hit that subscription button and the bell button next to it to get notified for upcoming videos. So let's make it. We're gonna start with chopping up some freshly washed fruits, namely the strawberries and the peaches and the apricots. Wow, the strawberries smell really, really good. And seasoned, this is great. And they're just about getting to the point where they're getting overripe, can you say that? Which is perfect to make pies with, or jams, or like a compote. I'm just gonna, doesn't really matter how you chop them, but just so they're kind of in somewhat same thickness. In this bowl. Okay, let's get these peaches, and they're all everywhere now in the stores. Really nice ripe peaches. So I'm gonna just chop these up like this, kind of in this shape. And you can leave the skin on. It's a really easy recipe. I made this the other day and I just made things up, really. I didn't go by any recipe. I already have the kind of an idea of how I do my crumble pie. It's in Sweden, you kind of grow up with pies, and like you'd probably do in all Western countries. Yeah, so I kind of have an idea of how to make a crumble pie. And you have the choice of just making the whole crumble pie with flour, and then you can kind of mix it out with rolled oats too, to get a little bit more of a nuttiness and kind of a little bit more of a crunch. Okay, so now we're chopping up the apricots. These, I guess, are in season right now. I'm not a fruit or vegetable expert, but I feel like I'm constantly seeing apricots and peaches in the supermarkets now. All the apricots are now cut up. I'm gonna add them to this bowl. That's actually a lot of fruit. And wash my hands quickly. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar into this fruit to give it a little bit more sweetness. So we got 2 tablespoons here. This is also gonna help thicken and caramelize the fruit juices. I'm going to go in with half a lemon juice. So I'm gonna roll that up here. And you can use lime too if you have that. I just want to freshen up this the fruits a little bit. I like a little bit of a sour and sweet. Okay, give that a good mix. I was gonna try a little bit of the fruit and see if it needs any more sugar or lemon. Oh my God. I just completely lifted the strawberry. That's really nice. Yeah, I'd say that's perfect. Now I'm going to add a little bit of starch to this fruit mix, and you can use either cornstarch or potato starch. I'm just using a teaspoon. And of course you can totally skip this part. I'm only doing this because a lot of the fruit juice is gonna release in the oven, and there's a chance that this pie will get really watery. I mean, it is gonna get really juicy, but the cornstarch along with the sugar is just gonna help it thicken a little bit. There we go. Now I'm gonna put in my pie crust, or not pie crust, pie dish. So you see it's already started releasing the juices. So we'll put this to the side, and I'm going to make the crumble crust now. I'm using 170 grams of butter, and please note that I am using salted butter. If you're using unsalted butter, make sure to add a pinch of sea salt. And it's important that you have cold refrigerated butter, so not room temperature, because you want the butter to still be quite firm and cold, so the crust becomes a crumble and doesn't really stick together too much. A cup of rolled oats, Then a cup of flour, and I'm pouring little by little because I kind of want to gauge the dough. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar again. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, with the tip of my fingers, pinching in the butter now into this dry mixture. So now it's starting to look like crumbled, like the inside of a bread, thick breadcrumbs. Fruit dishes here, and like I was explaining, I had too much fruit. Well, I didn't have too much fruit, but my pie dish is really small, and I for some reason refused to buy a new one. So we have the main pie dish here, and then I have a smaller one here. So now we're just gonna distribute the crumble over the fruit. And don't be scared of putting a generous amount on top because, like I mentioned before, the fruit is gonna release a lot of juice. And so the oats and the flour and the crumble is going to soak all that up. Okay, so we have a preheated oven of 440 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's gonna bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, just keep an eye on it and look at the color. If it's getting golden and a little bit brown on the top, it's time to get them out because you don't want to burn them. Those fruits are still very warm, and I'm actually gonna scoop up some of that juice, fruit juice. It's gonna be delicious here with the ice cream. Oh, a proper ice cream scooper. So we're gonna get some chunks of ice cream. There we go. There we go. Let's give it a shot and have a tasty taste. I want some of that piece of peach. That's a mouthful. My mouth's watering. Let me get some of that crumble. It's just so complimentary. You have that freshness from the fruit and then that comforting, warming, buttery crumble topped with that cooling, sweet vanilla ice cream. A summer party in my mouth. Look at those beautiful colors. You got some orange, you got some pink, white. This looks like a vacation on a plate, honestly. Love that. Love, love, love. And the longer it cools, all these juices are gonna become more jammy and thicken. But this is really nice over the vanilla ice cream. So I like this as well.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit the subscription button and the bell button next to it so you get notified for upcoming videos.